Hey guys, and welcome to the very first farm video of 2021. We're gonna really try to make an effort to do some more videos and teach you how to do some things that we do on the farm and kind of keep everybody updated and following along. So what we are going to do today is we are going to make some yogurt. And a lot of people really love our yogurt. It is this beautiful cream top yogurt, super thick, amazing stuff. So that's what we're going to do today. So as you can see, I've got a jar of yogurt. I have this pan that actually already has hot milk in it. This is a stainless steel pan. For yogurt, you want to use non-reactive. That means stainless steel or enamelware, not aluminum or cast iron, because you'll totally botch up your yogurt. This is a half-gallon jar. That's what had our milk in it. You're going to need some jars to put your yogurt into. I use just regular mason jars. This is actually going to be my yogurt, so we'll use this for starters for future yogurts. The yogurt that we keep in the store is generally in one of these pint jars like this. You're going to need a tablespoon. You're going to want a digital thermometer. This is the one that I have. It's a Taylor brand. It's not my favorite one. My favorite one broke just recently, and so this is my backup. You're going to need a cup. When I do yogurt, once I get it into my jars, I put it in a box on top of a heating pad, cover it with a towel. We'll go through that whole process and what happens to it from there. So let's see if our milk is to the temperature we need it to be. When you're making yogurt,
what temperature?
From fresh milk. Not necessarily true with store-bought milk because it's already been pasteurized and, you know, all of that fun stuff. So when you're making yogurt with fresh milk, you want the temperature of your milk to be between 195 and 212 degrees, somewhere in that range. It doesn't have to be super specific. The reason you want that temperature is to kill off any bacteria that are in your milk, good and bad. We've not ever had a problem with bad bacteria, so but you want to kill those off so that they're not arguing with our yogurt bacteria and making the amazing yogurt that we make. So our milk is up to temperature, and what we're going to do now is take it over to a cold bath. So we've heated it up, killed all the bacteria, and now we're going to cool it back down and finish up some yogurt. All right, we're back. We are at my sink now. So we are going to start filling our sink with just cold water and ice. We want it to cool down pretty quickly.
To what temperature?
We want this to come down to around 110 degrees. That's when we're going to add our yogurt cultures.
And it's about 195 now?
Yep, it's about 195 now. So we're going to bring that down to about 110. And you'll see I just have a sink full of ice water. And we're going to let that sit for a second. It doesn't take it very long.
Do you have to keep stirring?
Yep, keep stirring it up. Can I have me my thermometer there? And check your temperature in here periodically. So you can see my pan kind of floats around. But we're already down to 160 degrees. So it doesn't take very long at all. And we can add more ice if we need to, but it's coming down pretty quick.
Depending on how fast you want.
Yeah. And my pan is swimming. Be careful when you do this not to put too much water in your sink so that the water goes over the top of your pan and and then you have water in your yogurt, and that makes for some really thin, watery yogurt. Don't ask me how I know that, because that's obviously not something that has ever happened around here before. So we are already at 130.
Wow.
Like I said, it comes down pretty quick, especially if you're just constantly stirring it around. It doesn't take it long.
Now, do you prefer to use wooden spoons or plastic spoons?
I prefer wooden.
Does it make a difference?
Not really. It's just what I prefer.
Okay.
I would say anything non-reactive. So just make sure it's not something that's gonna be weird in your milk. All right, we are down to 111 degrees already.
And it's supposed to be at?
110.
Good.
All right, look at that. We're back on the stove. That took, what, like 3 minutes to cool it all down? We are all the way down to, dun dun dun, I think we were 109 when I pulled it out of the sink. So that is perfect. It's definitely cooling down pretty quickly. So from here, what happens is we're going to add our yogurt. You want to use a good yogurt. Make sure that it has live cultures. You also want to use plain yogurt, not the sugared, flavored, strawberry, Chobani, Yoplait, none of those. You just want a good quality plain yogurt. You might have just seen me kind of scoop that cream level off. I'm going to eat that later. So for a half gallon of milk, you want to use 1 tablespoon of yogurt. That is more than enough to make a half gallon of yogurt. When we make a gallon, obviously you use 2. But we're just going to drop this in here, kind of give it a stir around so that it comes off my spoon. Close that back up so I can eat it later. And then we're just going to stir it in here until there's no lumps. So, see if I can catch it on my spoon. It's kind of lumpy in our yogurt. We just want that to just dissipate, kind of dissolve a little bit. It doesn't actually dissolve because it's going back into what it was, but we don't want it chunky in our milk. So we just want to move that around till it's all nice and stirred in. And it doesn't take very long for that either. If you have a hand mixer, you can do that. And it blends it in a whole lot quicker. This is easy enough to do. And actually, when I'm making yogurt for the store, I'm generally using frozen yogurt starter cubes that we make. And so I just drop those in when we move it over to this side. And they defrost and they're pretty much gone. I don't have to do very much to them for them to dissolve into our milk. So, I don't know if you guys can see, there's not very many lumps. Okay, that was a lie. There was a big lump right there. But we're going to go with it. It looks pretty good. Now, from here, we're going to start loading our jars. And move my cup out of the way there. The way that I do that, here's my jars. Get them all lined up here. Coffee cup, handy dandy coffee cup. And a canning funnel. Look at that, it's like magic. So we're just going to scoop up our cultured milk.
So you don't have to add any more.
Nope. It is pretty much done. So this time tomorrow, I will have cold yogurt to eat. It actually takes a little bit longer than that. But So what happens from this stage, once we get it all into our jars, we're going to put the lids on, we're going to cover it up, blah, blah, blah. It actually needs to sit for about 12 hours. The longer it sits on the heating pad incubating, the tangier it will be. So it'll have a more sour flavor as opposed to the nice sweet yogurt that we like. So that's totally up to you. Use your, flavor saver taste buds there to determine how you like your yogurt flavored. We like it to be nice and sweet and not super tangy, but that's just us. So 12 hours on the heating pad, and when you take it off the heating pad, it'll look still like it's kind of thin a little bit, but you'll know it's got some solidity to it. There, you'll know when it's yogurted. And we're just going to put the lids on. I probably shouldn't have taken a big old drink of that milk before I started yogurt, because then we'd add a full jar over here. That's okay. It's my yogurt anyway. Okay. So now we have this. Now what? First, we move all of our stuff. Remember that box I told you about? There it is. You can use any old box. Look, I have pumpkin in this one.
Have one, get one.
You don't have a box? Get one. Just like that. And so now what happens is, this is a super El Cheapo dollar store heating pad. It's not fancy. I think at the Family Dollar it was like, I don't know, $8. Does not have an automatic shutoff. That's the key. So we do not want a heating pad that's going to shut itself off after 2 hours, because you need this to stay warm for at least 12. So we are going to plug in our heating pad here. Turn it on. Dun, dun, dun. This is a super fancy incubator, guys. Put our yogurt on top of the heating pad. We are then going to cover it with a towel. Any old towel will do. And then it goes into the oven. Don't use your oven.
Say, do you set the oven?
Don't set the oven. Don't turn it on. Set it on the rack just like this. This is enough heat to incubate your yogurt, and in 12 hours you'll have beautiful yogurt. Stick it in the fridge for another 12. The process takes 24 hours, and then you have this beautiful, thick and creamy yogurt. We have done this with goat milk. We do occasionally make goat milk yogurt for some friends of ours. And the difference in cow milk yogurt and goat milk yogurt is thinner than the cow milk yogurt for some reason. I'm sure it's a difference in proteins and whatnot in the milk itself. I've not made yogurt with almond milk or coconut milk or soy milk or any of those kinds of things, because we have goats and cows and we have an abundance of milk, so that's what we use. But anyway, if you have any questions on how to make yogurt, please let us know. And you're going to be watching this on YouTube, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, and that way you know
And the like button,
when we have another video come out.
because we will be having more.
We will have, hopefully, all goes according to plan, roughly 30 videos come out this year, maybe a few more. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, ring that little bell so that you get a notification every time that we do a new video. But anyway, have a fantastic day. We'll see you later. Peace, love, and chickens.